Hi, welcome back to Relax and Learn Guitar. I'm Kevin, and tonight we're going to work on our third lesson in the strumming series we've been working on. So Relax and Learn Guitar is a membership site for folks who love to play the guitar that maybe struggle to get the practice and support they need. So I work with them in the membership area with one-on-one support, feedback. There's lessons, downloads, some an ebook, lots of good stuff in there, so definitely check it out. So this is actually the third lesson in our strumming series. The first lesson covered kind of strumming 101 and strumming in time. Talked a lot about mechanics, holding your pick, always having a steady fluid up and down, strumming with your strumming hand. We talked a lot about toe tapping. So your imaginary string from your wrist to your toe. And when your toe goes down, your wrist strums down and your pick hits the strings. And when you bring your wrist up, it brings your toe back up. The toe hitting the ground is the beat. So the 1, 2, 3, 4. And when you bring your hand back up, those are the, when you strum up, those are the ands. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. The second lesson on the strumming series covered some strum patterns that everyone should know, some easy strum patterns. We talked about every strum pattern is kind of based on this 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and just removing some of those ands. You know, when you strum up, you can create a whole bunch of different strum patterns. You know, so instead of kind of this, you just remove a couple of those ands. And what I mean by that is, you know, if you watch people strumming their guitar, their hands are always going up and down, but the pick is not always hitting the strings. So you can go do things like this. So my hand's always moving up and down, but my pick isn't always hitting the strings. And just changing that up is how you create any strum pattern. So for the third installment, we're going to go into a couple of more maybe intermediate strum patterns. So let's get into that. So the intermediate strum patterns we're going to cover. The first one is here on the board. This is what it looks like visually. And here's what it's going to sound like. So let me show what I'm talking about here. We have the 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. So our basic, those are eighths, because there's 8 counts in that beat, or that measure. And so the B stands for bass. Could also stand for root if you wanted to, but I went with bass. What I mean by that is that's when you are going to pick the bass note or root note of the chord. So if we're playing a G chord, the bass is the 6th string. The down strums happen on the ands in this example. So bass down, bass down, bass down, bass down. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. If you did a C, then your bass note's going to be the 5th string. If you played a D, it'd be the 4th. So that's the first pattern we're covering. If you speed that up, it's going to sound pretty familiar with some bluegrass kind of, or country even, strum patterns. Just spent some time in Gatlinburg, Tennessee. Had a great time and got a huge dose of great bluegrass music going on down there. And this is one of those patterns you could definitely use in that type of music. So again, if you can start out slow, it's bass, down, bass, down, bass, down, bass, down. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and just depending on the chord you're playing depends on what that bass note's going to be. So that's strum pattern number 1 and kind of our intermediate group here. So the second one I want to show you looks like this. It's another kind of maybe more of an intermediate strum pattern. This is how it looks. This is how it sounds.